Guns, man. Where the guns at, man? Israelites and guns. Before I get into this, shalom. But yeah, Israelites and guns. Do they mix? Is it like oil and water? What should our stance be on guns? Now, you know, there's certain people that wants us to hate guns. They want us to run away from them in terror. Either from the idea that they'll magically just explode in our hands, or a cop will just so happen to be walking around the corner when you just so happen to put your hand on that gun, and then the cop will just so happen to fear for his or her life, and then you'll just so happen to be dead. Yeah, that's how certain people want us to feel about firearms. Certain people who also are cool with people being confused about what gender they are. They're cool with people going into the wrong restroom. They're cool with plucking children out of pregnant women and using the body parts for God knows what. They're cool with a lot of weird things, but yet they are not cool with us having guns. Kind of strange. But what should our view of guns be? I mean, not considering the desires of the third party, but our own personal views. I personally think our views of guns should be more guns. I mean, when you look at our history in this country, barring the biblical reason why we're here, it's not one that would stress abandoning guns being the most logical course of action. It's one that would stress us being the most rabid Second Amendment advocates in America. I mean, Billy Bob and Jethro shouldn't have nothing on us when it comes to pro Second Amendment. I mean, after all, Billy Bob and Jethro were never in chains. Billy Bob and Jethro were never whipped. Billy Bob and Jethro were never held captive while their children and their women were defiled in some manner. No, Billy Bob and Jethro pretty much had it safe and sound here in this country, yet still Billy Bob and Jethro are more rabid gun advocates than we are. There's no way something like that happens without a conspiracy. Just ain't no way. It is just basic instinct to ensure that once you get out of a bad situation, that you can never be put back into it. That's just basic. Once you get out, you will do everything possible to ensure that you'll never get put back in. And I imagine that at first was the mentality of many newly freed slaves. They probably were very militant, very never again. They armed themselves with whatever they could find. But back then, even back then, the agenda was do everything we can, do everything possible to ensure that those Negroes can't get guns. And let's not mix things up here. I mean, the gun is just a weapon of choice for modern human civilization. I mean, if it wasn't a gun, it'd be a sword or a spear or javelin or bow and arrow, crossbow. Is whatever is the weapon of choice. But why is the question? Why do they not want us to have firearms? And there's a lot of assumptions as to why that is. The one I like is it basically boils down to independence. The foundation of any concept of independence begins with the ability of you to be able to defend yourself. I mean, if you can't defend yourself, then everything else that goes along with independence is just nothing. It's one of the foundations. The ability of you to be able to effectively protect yourself, to not have to call on someone or some organization, to not have to delegate that responsibility to someone else. That's the foundation of independence. And quite frankly, they don't want us to be independent. They never want us to be independent. Why? Well, I mean, if you want to get biblical about it and play devil's advocate for a moment, the best way to get a people to abandon God is to get those people to see you as God. And the best way to get people to see you as God is to make those people dependent on you for pretty much everything. It's a simple concept. So that's why I stress that we should be some of the most rabid gun advocates in this country. Our history warrants it. There's balance in it. You know, we did the time. Jeffro and Billy Bob didn't do the time. So really, they have no reason to be rabid gun advocates. They've never been enslaved on this land, at least. But we have. So if life is balance, there's your balance. Once slaves, now we do everything, or we should be doing everything to ensure that we're never slaves again. But that isn't the case for all of us now, is it? Nah, not for all of us. Some of us I don't want to say most of us, but probably yes, most of us. We have swallowed the guns are bad pill. The Mr. Mackey, guns are bad. Guns are bad. So, yeah. That's most of us, majority of us. I mean, it's a prerequisite. If you wish to be on the liberal side, if you wish to be part of the left, you have to say that guns are bad. You also have to be cool with people being confused about what gender they are. Yeah. The left has some strange prerequisites. Yes, they do. Don't mean that we have to play along with them, though. No, we don't have to. Contrary to popular belief, guns do not magically explode when a black person touches them. Also, what doesn't happen is that there is not always a cop just about to come around the corner when a black person just so happens to put their hands on a gun. Now, granted, cops are programmed, conditioned to be a bit more nervous when they see a black person with a gun. You know, and like I said, I do believe there's a conspiracy there. I mean, I do believe that when there is an incident where a black person is shot and killed, law-abiding, just because they had a firearm in their hands, I do believe that there are certain elements within the left that actually cheer when that happens. They want that to spread. They want us to see that. See there, nigger? Better not touch them guns. Better leave them alone. Or that cop gonna jump out your closet, shoot you in the head. That cop gonna crawl out from underneath your bed, shoot you in the dick. You gonna be in the shower, you think about a gun, a cop gonna come up out the drain. Say he feared for his life. Yeah, but I'm a firm believer in that life is balanced. And oh, what a day it'll be. When those debts come due. Because they do exist. And there is no such thing as forgiveness. No matter how much we forgive, it doesn't matter. Our forgiveness does not determine how things work. We're not God. You can sit up here all day long and say, "Oh, I forgive them when they do stuff like that. I ain't gonna hold no hate in my heart. I'm a child of Jesus. I'm a child of JC. And JC say always forgive. Turn the other cheek. Then when you run out of cheeks on your face, bend over and let them have those cheeks. Then when you run out of those cheeks, then hopefully your cheeks on your face are healed back up. Then you can give them those again. So you just keep going back and forth from the cheeks on your face to the cheeks on your ass. Yep. That's what a lot of us believe. You see it all the time. Those of us that survive some kind of wrong done against us always say news cameras will be on them while they're laying in the hospital bed. Oh, I forgive them. I forgive them. I forgive them. Dude about the flat line talking about, I forgive them though. Beep. Last thing he did was forgive the person that killed him. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty well trained. But like I said, it doesn't matter how much we forgive. Debts are always paid. Shalom.